Plaintiff, Kendra Ginn, has run a daycare for 8 years, and she agreed to watch the defendant's children after hearing that he and his wife had been through drug court for a meth addiction. Kendra claims she watched the children for 45 hours in 1 week, but the defendant failed to pay, so she's suing. Defendant Brian Judd says he fell on hard times after his wife left him with their children, including one who was only 7 days old. Brian admits his children went to Kendra's daycare for 1 week, but insists it was only for 39 hours, and he's countersuing her for harassment.
Start with you.
Your Honor, I feel with the meth epidemic out there in the world that grandparents should have rights to protect children. I have been in daycare for 8 years, and many kids have come in and out of my home. So I feel that we should have rights. Rumor has it that Brian and his wife have been through drug court due to a meth addiction, so I took on his children to help protect them.
Okay.
So I feel that grandparents should have rights to protect these children, and I lost my grandson over 5 years due to his mom taking him from our home, and he was placed in foster care. So I feel grandparents should have rights to protect these children.
That's unfortunate in many instances, I suppose. But then in the other instances, grandma just wants to see the baby more often. So she just says, I want to come see the baby. And when the daughter says, no, we're going to the park today, I want to see him, bring him here. No, then there's an argument and you have nothing to say. And the best way you can avoid having a conflict is to get along with that child. If you want the grandchild accessible to you at any time, then you need to be nice to your child. All right, so in your instance, how did it work out with the kids?
I enjoyed having the kids in my home. Brian and his wife came into my home asking for childcare, and I agreed to watch their children. I watched their 3 children for 45 hours for that week.
How much per hour?
$275 an hour per child. And then also in my contract, which they never signed and returned.
$275 per hour?
$275, 2.75 hours.
Okay, $2.
Yeah, $2.75 an hour.
Got it. All right.
Per child. And I had them for 45 hours. And then also on the contract, which they never signed or returned, in my contract also says $5 a day late fees until paid.
All right.
Defendant Brian Judd is being sued by his former daycare provider, who claims Brian went through drug court for a meth addiction.
Sir, what do you want to tell me about this case?
Well, in 2017, my family fell.
You're 17.
2000.
No, you're not. Huh?
I said in 2017.
Oh, in 2017.
My family fell into
I say you've been smoking a lot of crystal meth.
And I don't know where she got that, but
okay.
That statement was not true either.
All right.
So, in 2017, my family fell into some hard times. I was a single father of 3 children, one which was 7 days old, the other one which is a 1-year-old that has special needs, hearing issues.
A single father?
A single father, yes, Your Honor.
What happened to your child?
The mother stepped out of their lives, so I took on my 3 children.
Good.
I lost.
At that age? How early?
7 days old.
7 days.
7 days, 1 week.
Was it drugs?
No. No drugs, no alcohol. So I took on my 3 children, as a father should. My home was sold out from underneath of me, so I had to swallow my pride and find a place within a very quick moment. Found a homeless shelter. Within 30 days, I was out of the homeless shelter, reconnected with my wife. At the time was not my wife, but moved to Hastings, Nebraska. In order for me and my wife to work a full-time job, we had to find daycare. I missed several days of work because I couldn't find daycare. I Googled and found Kendra. Right off the bat, I was asked for money up front without ever watching my children, which I found a little surprising. But we were also trying to get state help at the time. So it takes a process to do that. And if the state help was to step in, they would have paid for it, not me.
The agreement was $2.75 an hour per child.
$2.75
She's
per
asking for 45 hours, she says.
I have 39 hours that week.
39?
Correct.
So there's a difference of 6 hours? That's what we're debating about? 6 hours at $2.75?
$16.50
All right, so we're
$16.50.
we're debating over $16.50 per child. And so what have you told her about paying the balance?
Well, I agreed to pay the balance until she continued to harass me and text me and call me and my wife constantly. Like it was nonstop.
Tell me, describe how nonstop.
Like 3-4 times a day,
How many days?
probably for about a week straight. And
She
then
never got you on the phone?
she never got me on the phone. I was at work,
Okay.
and she would, why aren't you answering me? Because I'm working a full-time job.
Okay. Why didn't you call her back after the first one?
Because of the text message I received,
What did it
pretty
say?
much calling me, downgrading me, saying I was pretty much worthless.
That was the first text message
No,
you
that
got
was the
regarding?
second one I got.
That's what I'm saying. What did she say, and what was your response to the first one?
Her response to me was, why don't you get a hold of me? I said, I have to go to Kearney to pick up my older children.
Mm-hmm.
When I get back into town, I will get a hold of you.
Did you?
I did not,
Why?
because she had sent me a second text message.
Because you obviously didn't respond to the first.
I didn't have my phone on me.
Okay.
Honest.
You know, you've given me 3 excuses.
No, they're honest 3.
But I'm saying there are 3 different things. So 3 things kept you from responding.
Right.
Work, remember that. I told you I gotta work all the time. 2, when I get back in town.
No phone.
Okay.
That was 3.
Then the third one, no phone. All right, go ahead, ma'am. Tell me about the late fees. You have an agreement that he signed to pay $5
He didn't
a
return
day?
the agreement.
Okay, well.
And
you
I'm
know,
state licensed, and on that state license, the state says $5 a day per late fee.
Let's see it. A day? Let's see it. Let's circle the part where it says the state.
It doesn't say the state. That's
Well,
just,
then, why you hand me that? I said, show me
on
where
the
the
part
state.
down below, it says $5 for late
Yeah,
fee.
but you said the state requires. I said, show me something that says the state requires. You handed me this to indicate that the state requires. It has no such thing on it. I asked you, was this what the state
Correct.
required? You said, no, I don't have that.
Correct.
But a minute ago, you told me you did. So now your credibility is hurt. I'm not going to grant you any late fees.
Okay.
You don't have an agreement, and you misled me and told me that the state requires it and that you had a document to show me, and you don't. You misled me, or you were being dishonest, or you were confused. But I don't think you were confused about what this document says because you've highlighted part of it. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $371. I'm gonna go with her on the amount due. I don't believe that you didn't call her because of those 3 excuses. I believe you were dodging paying her. And since you weren't returning her call, I do believe she had a right to call you a couple of times a day until you at least return her call. If you return her call and say, I'll pay you Friday. If you return a call on Monday, I'll pay you Friday. If she starts calling you 3 times a day, then she's harassing you because you've told her when you'll pay her, but yet she just keeps calling 3 or 4 times. That's harassment. You won't even return her call. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff. Your claim is dismissed. $371.
I don't know where you got the meth thing from, but you might want to get your facts straight.
I have nothing to say.